never get me to cry. Yeah, you will never get me to fail. You will never get me to go away. You will never get me so go away.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
It's 8:50 a.m. in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You are listening to WEFM 99.9. This is Activated Mornings with Roleza and Dianna. I am Dianna.
I am Roleza.
And we are the Morning Angels, all right? Wonderful. Now,
let me just say good morning to Kojo, who had me typing this very early in the morning, all right?
Kojo, morning. All right,
Kojo,
so...
Kojo, breathe easy for the next 4 years. Breathe easy.
Oh, boy, the golden era. Kojo, it's the golden era. Come on, take advantage of some of the gold. Anyways, let me done with that and move on. So this topic that we are going to discuss, we're asking, would you accept a willed inheritance from an estranged parent? So you have a parent, whether it's a mother or father, you all have not spoken.
Somebody's on the line, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hi, caller, morning.
Hello.
Morning.
That song is your theme song right there in the background.
For today, we tend to switch it up sometimes.
Yeah, I like that song, and I'm surprised it didn't go further. You know, I don't hear it outside of St. Vincent.
Oh, yes.
St. Vincent Station.
Yeah.
I don't hear it nowhere else.
What was the name of the as
That would have been.
Sisha? Is Sisha? It's
No, this one is Touch.
Touch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the artist is
Oh, I was trying. I don't know which song it belongs to.
Yeah, it's a local artist actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I have it on my phone, but I forget the name of the artist.
Wonderful.
But he's based in Trinidad. He's a Vincentian based in Trinidad.
Okay, I was trying to find.
I saw the interview she did on a Trinidad station.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it came out in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised it did not go further than it did.
Mm-hmm.
You had a question there I think I might be interested in.
Oh, well, we haven't gotten into this yet.
You haven't gotten into it yet?
No.
Okay.
No, so we were just...
All right, then.
Okay, so you can come back after we go through it. All right, thanks. All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, then. So this is the topic that we're discussing, right? You have a mother or father. You have not spoken to them in years, ages, probably forever, right? Now, they've died, and you get to find out that they have left an inheritance for you in their will. Now, you didn't talk to this person before their death. You did not even attend their funeral. And then here you get to find out that, hey, they left this thing for you. Would you accept it? Or would you say, you know what? We weren't speaking. We didn't have anything to do with each other. I don't want anything from you, even in death. So I'm not going to take it. Or you're going to say, you know what? You did not give me anything in life. I taken it and go about my business, and I don't care. I did ask some persons, and they did say that, they said they would accept it because it would be like compensation for what they did not get from the parent while they were alive. So without any thought, they're taking it and they don't care. We came up on a similar story with this. That's why we stemmed this discussion from. Now, the person in the video, the man had his wife and the children, but this particular child he hadn't spoken to in ages. She got to find out that when he died, he left her every single thing, nothing to his wife, nothing to his children, his other children. Now, what she did was she returned it. And I think she gave it to the wife and the children, who were very upset with the child, who I think they should not have been upset with. But I think that's what I would have done as well, given it to the wife and the children, because I feel like, you know what, if it's unfair to them, to not get anything from you. But what would you do if there's a situation where there's no wife, no other children, just you, and this thing has been left to you? Are you gonna say no, or you're gonna say I'm taking it and go on business?
All right. So for me, I suppose I would have to ask the question as to why did he leave it to me and not necessarily the wife and the children, right? There must have been a reason. And I don't think it's just because of the fact that guilt caused him to leave it to me. Because even if it's a case of, yes, he's feeling guilty, he could have left part of it to me and not left everything. And there are times when I suppose when somebody does a will, unless they are forced to do it under duress, or if they are not of sound mind, they know what it is that they're doing. Suppose this wife mistreated him. Suppose this wife only married or stayed with him on account of what it is that he had. Suppose the children were just hoping that he hurry up and die so that they will leave everything to them, right? So I think there are times when somebody's will should be honored. And especially in the context of the things that I stated beforehand, whatever it is that they would have known why it is that they're doing what it is that they're doing. Now, for me, would I necessarily accept something from a parent who I have not been speaking to and they left everything to me? It depends on what the inheritance is. Let's say if it's a business that they started from the ground up, I would like for their legacy to continue. Whether or not we were okay, the fact that your business sustained all of these years, I would want for the legacy to continue. Could it be a case of selling it off? Maybe not, but I would want to be, I may not be the one doing the day-to-day running, but I would still want to be a part of it, right? Maybe my parents recognize that I do have the skills or the mindset to allow for this business to continue. Hi, caller, morning.
Yeah, so I would the will, I would try to see if I could get from the will.
So you would accept it. You would take whatever it is that's will to you.
Yeah, of course. Although I wasn't in correspondent, I would. I don't know if it's unfair, but I would think I'm entitled to it, although I didn't. Yeah.
All right.
This song is by Shiloh, Shiloh.
Thanks. I know it was some message something. All right. Yeah, Shiloh. All yes. Right. Thanks, Greens. All right. All right. So yeah, just to continue. I think sometimes I would always say that it's so important for parents to leave wills. I just find that there are too many cases of parent has gone, parent has died, and things are just. Listen, the amount of abandoned properties we have in St. Vincent. I don't know about the Grenadines, but in St. Vincent at this point, it is ridiculous. There are so many communities that you go through or you just drive through, and properties are abandoned on account of no specific person being left in charge of it. When it comes to family property in particular, nobody wants to take ownership of it because the expense is going to fall on whoever takes ownership of it. And if the expense falls on that person, everybody else may try to either live in the house, do this to the house, or want to have this say in the house. But expenses fall on only one individual, So doing wills is quite important. Now, in the context of this, of an estranged parent, even if it's a case where I do not, for whatever reason it is that I have not been speaking to this parent, depending on what it is that it is willed, I may either donate to charity or something, but there must have been a value or reason behind it for them to leave it to me.
No, you've given me new perspective because I did look at that side. I was thinking, no, if we're estranged and you leave me all this thing, if you have a partner and children, I would wonder why you're gonna give me alone, and I just probably give it to them. But you made a valid point, or what I consider to be a valid point, and they have to have a reason why they left it to that particular person. Because of course, sometimes who you live with don't treat you so kindly. I didn't even think of that. That's a
Yes,
new,
please.
that's a new one. Now I gotta think about that one.
Yep, that's what it is. That is what it is. So
Alright.
yeah, it's just something interesting there. But again, I'd always try to emphasize, parents, please do your wills. You're never too young to do a will. Remind us yourself, you're never too young to do a will. All right, but just try sort things out in while you are of sound mind. Try to sort. Oh, and the other thing is, if you make a will and you change your mind, please remember to go and change the will. All right, if you happen to change your mind, because remember that final thing that you stand would be the standing document. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, how are you guys doing?
We good, and you?
Well, as good as expected to be. I'm alive. Cold. Yes. Now, ladies, for me, my mommy taught me, right, that if you don't want him, you don't take what he has. But on this specific thing, if the fault wasn't mine, that while we weren't green, I would accept it. If the fault was mine, I wouldn't accept it.
Okay.
You understand what I said?
Understand.
Yeah, if I was in the wrong, I wouldn't take it because it's my fault why we weren't great. But if it was mine, I would take it and I would have shared with my other siblings. That's my take on that.
Okay. All
Have
right.
a good day, guys.
Hey.
You too, Anita.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
And that's another thing too. Like if you have a family of siblings, and let's say one parent leaves everything to one particular child, do you take everything, or do you share with your other siblings?
Boy, that's gonna create some animosity, Anna, because why they leave for you and not me? And
you know what? Let me hold on. Joshua, morning.
I must share this funny one. My first father-in-law, because I've been married twice, right? I mean, this man was a cantankerous. Not even his shadow could live with him. But I stuck with him because well, for one, he was a very wealthy person and he loved to talk politics, and he claimed that he had Vincentian ties. So about 2 years after I divorced my first wife, or I should say 2 years after she unceremoniously kicked me out, he came to me and he said, I'm an old man. I'm going to die soon. I want to leave everything that I have to you. So I asked, why do you want to do that? You have other children. He said, man, I want to be in hell rejoicing that the B word, are fighting each other over what I have left, over what I left for you. So I said, well, I'm sorry. I don't want to be caught in that. So Roleza, like you said, you have to question the motive. He didn't want to leave his inheritance to me because he loved me. He wanted to leave it to me to make the people who survive him suffer.
Yeah.
So I turned it down.
Okay.
So there are reasons why people would accept and reasons why some people would turn it down.
Okay.
That's I just thought I'd share that.
All right. Thanks, Joshua.
thank you.
There is actually this. I'm not sure if the specific term is spite wills, but there are some persons who leave wills just to spite other persons. And there's this thing I look at sometimes on YouTube, but I think it's called the will. Actually, it's actually called the will. Where a lot of the wills, especially celebrity wills, they end up being contested because they know that there's sometimes whoever it is that's leaving, they leave out all the children and leave everything to the new young wife, right? But sometimes there are some parents as well too who would say that they're leaving everything to the child who has looked after them
the most.
Or especially when they realize that they're in declining years of their life, the child who has looked after them the most. Now, you also still have to be careful with that when you get older, folks, because that child might only be doing it so that they can get everything from you. You know,
Correct.
so you really and truly have to be careful. You have to be careful. But
I remember many years ago there was this whole uproar over this woman who died and left, I think, millions of dollars to her cat.
cats, yeah.
What to be that cat?
But that's silly though. I'd rather you leave the money to charity as opposed to leaving it to a cat. That is
exactly,
ridiculous. Millions of dollars to a cat.
Well, I would have become the living nanny for that cat. Come see, I would have been taking the cat all over the world. Come, let you live out your
All right,
money,
so we have
kitty.
one more call and then we're gonna have to jump out of the segment. All right. Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning. Why should I be careful what reason the person taking care of me? In my old age, I don't care what they have, what kind of motive. Once they're taking care of me, I don't care. Yeah.
So you're going to still leave everything, even though you know for sure they only want your money and everything that you're leaving, right?
Yeah. They're working, they need pay.
All right.
So if they don't get paid at the end of my life, that's okay. I don't care.
All right.
The mere fact is that they're taking care of me.
Okay.
That's what because I can't take whatever I acquire in my life.
Okay.
So when I reach them age where someone has to step in and do some goodness for me, I don't care what kind of motive they have in their head.
Once you get
just once you get the good treatment, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
And
fair enough. I can take that.
Okay.
All right. So we see that somebody else is.
And what? Don't feel bad, because I'm not a Trumpy, so I didn't even watch the. I don't watch nothing with Trump. Trust me. So anytime you are having Trump conversation, I am.
No problem, Kojo, no problem. Time it and then tune back in, right? All right, so we recognize that we had another call, but we can't take any more calls at this time because we have to head on out. So to the person who was calling, the point that you wish to raise, we can do it around 9:25, okay? So person who's called in, you can call back at around 9:25, okay? So we're going to head on out at this time.
99.9 WEFM.